If you find yourself with back pain every time you sneeze, this video is going to tell you why that is happening and what to do about it. My name is Harlow and I'm the Over-Fifties Specialist Physio here at HT Physio in Farnham. And today we're going to be answering the common question of why people can get back pain every time they sneeze. Now, back pain when sneezing can be caused by two different problems. So quite simply, if you're getting pain in your back when you sneeze, chances are one of these two things is the problem for you. So before we talk about the two things, we need to talk about what happens when we sneeze. The type of back pain we're talking about when sneezing is that pain that either shoots up the back or it shoots across the back, or sometimes it even comes down into your leg. Now, when we sneeze, what happens is a number of things. The first thing that happens is we get a big increase of pressure in what we call the abdominal cavity. So the area inside our chest and our thorax, it expands and then suddenly it will eject, which is what causes the sneeze to happen. So along with that happening, in order to get the force for the sneeze, we also get a muscle contraction. So lots of muscles around the chest and the lungs and even in the back will contract so that we can expel whatever it is that's been irritating the inside of our nose. So that's what happens when we sneeze. And there are two pre-existing back problems that can cause pain when sneezing. Now the first one, and this is the most common and the simplest one, is a muscle spasm in the back. Quite simply, if you already have a spasmed muscle in your lower back and then you sneeze, it causes that muscle, which is already knotted up and contracted like this, to contract even further, and that can be quite painful. So if you have a muscle spasm in your lower back and you sneeze, it's not going to feel very good. So that is the first and most common cause. Now, to make things slightly more complicated, it's possible to develop a muscle spasm in your back alongside other injuries. So back pain that's caused by a muscle spasm sometimes also has other things going on as well. But if you sneeze and there's that pain in your back, especially if you find that it shoots up the back, that's a key sign of pain from a muscle spasm. So that's the first cause of back pain when sneezing. The second cause of back pain when sneezing is a disc bulge or a herniated disc in the spine. And this is another common injury, not quite as common as a back spasm, but one we see all the time. And to help me explain it, I'm going to use my spinal model here. So just to give you a brief summary of the anatomy of the lower back, we have these white things here are the vertebrae, so these are the bones. So we have 25 of these going all the way up the spine. And then in between them, we have the discs. So in between every single one of these vertebrae, you have an intervertebral disc. And a disc is made up of a tough cartilage-like structure surrounding a fluid center, okay? So the discs are flexible. When we bend, they start to flex so that the fluid center pushes towards the back. And when we extend, the fluid center pushes towards the front. And that's what's supposed to happen. Now, in a back injury called a disc bulge, what we end up with is part of the disc protruding out towards the back of the spine. And if it touches one of these nerves, that can give you not just back pain, but sciatica as well, which is pain going down the leg. Now, the reason I'm telling you all of this is because when we sneeze, as I said at the start, we get a big increase of intra-abdominal pressure. And not only does that cause everything here to expand, but it also causes the area towards the back of the spine to expand as well. So this big increase in pressure can cause pressure on the disc, which actually causes the bulge temporarily to push out towards the back. So when we sneeze, especially when we get that big inhale before we sneeze, that can cause pressure here, which can cause the bulge to push out towards the back, which can press on the nerve. And if you're wondering which one of these is causing sneezing in you, if when you sneeze you also get pain in your leg, that means it's most likely to be a disc bulge causing your back pain when sneezing. So that's a good way to differentiate between the two. It's not 100% accurate, but it is a very good way to differentiate. So people who have disc bulges, what you must do really is try not to have any big sneezes. So the best tip I can give you really is to prevent a sneeze by putting your finger under here if you feel a sneeze coming on, or holding your nose, or sometimes kind of rubbing around the nose there just to sort of brush it away can help to prevent the sneeze. If you feel you can't stop the sneeze, try not to sneeze at the same time as coming forward like that, okay? So if we have a big sneeze, what people often do is they draw in and then they push it out like that. That's probably the worst thing you can do, both for the muscle spasm and for the disc problem. So try and keep yourself upright throughout and just sneeze with your head in one position rather than coming right forward like this, which increases the pressure even further. So if you can't stop the sneeze, watch your posture when you sneeze and keep yourself upright. Try and keep the sneeze as kind of low key and least dramatic as possible. Anyone who's tried to sneeze in a quiet room very quietly will know what I'm talking about here. But ultimately, don't bring yourself forward. Use your hand to stop the sneeze if you can. And that's about all you can do. As these problems get better, the pain when you sneeze shouldn't be quite so bad. So you shouldn't have to worry about this forever and ever, just until the injury heals. Anyway, I hope that's answered your question of what causes back pain when sneezing. If you've enjoyed this video, then you can pick up more tips like this in my book. It's called Thriving Beyond 50, and you can grab a copy on Amazon using the link below this video. Other than that, it'd be great if you subscribed to the channel because it really helps me to reach more people just like you, and also to like the video as well. But thank you very much for watching. I appreciate your time and I look forward to speaking to you on the next video.